Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. It is Monday, the 1st of July. So punch, first of the month, no return. I was meant to be working from 9 this morning, so I was just about to leave for work, till 9 this evening at about 5 different jobs. But I just checked my phone, thankfully, and the first job of the day and I would have had to go back to this job at 3 until 5 o'clock. They've had to cancel, but they're still paying me. So that's good, because it was last minute cancellation. So they're still paying me. But I've got to go to Ella Dog. I've also got to go to my fish job. It's my last day of my fish job. And then I'm walking Rocky and these boys. And then I was meant to be going back to this other dog job. But like I said, it's been cancelled. And then from 5:30 till 9, I'm up at the farm looking after the kids. So my day has actually become easier, which is nice. It means that I would have literally been in the car going job to job to job, and I would have at some point had to find a time to eat something. Dinner tonight I could have managed because I can do that at the farm, but lunch I have no idea where that would have fitted in at all. I probably would have grabbed a protein bar and that would have been me, because there's just not a spot in the day that I could have done that. So my day is actually easier now, which I'm kind of grateful for, especially as I'm getting paid for the other job still, so that's good. But I'm going to sit and do some editing, because I suddenly realised this morning, oh excuse me, I do not have a video to go up tonight. I'd got halfway through editing it. This is the problem when I'm doing back-to-back jobs, which I've pretty much done all weekend. I've been back-to-back doing stuff that I haven't then had time to edit anything. So yeah, I'm glad I remembered now and didn't remember this evening when I was going, why hasn't my video gone up? Because you didn't finish it, Pep. You didn't finish editing it because you didn't have time. Right. And so on that note, I'm going to go and finish editing tonight's video. And if I'm really lucky, I'll have time to get it up as well for you. I've just had a phone call from the garage. Spog is fixed. I'm really hoping it's fixed. So I've got a very big bill to pay, but I have left helpful suggestions around the car. I'll show you a little montage of my helpful suggestions. The car and I have been communicating, and it just wanted me to express these things to his owners, so I have done. Thankfully, Dan's got a very good sense of humour. He liked that. He thought that was funny. He said some of those I knew about, some of them I didn't. So great. I actually got told I was his favourite customer, which is really good, because I'm sure they curse me every time I rock up. So we're just going to go for a test drive. But he's got to move a whole bunch of vehicles out the way before I can get mine out, because there's, like, no joke, I would say there's about 30 vehicles in the car park, and I've blocked him. Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. It is time for me to say goodbye to this cracked tooth.
Troublesome tooth.
Yeah, the other half of the cracked tooth, because I actually pulled the other half out. So yeah, we've come to Audley Dental near Bicester, and they're going to pull it. So we'll just see how I feel by the time I finish, shall we? It's nearly 3 o'clock, and I've just had a shower. Put my pyjamas on. So the surgery was an absolute breeze in many ways. She explained everything. She was very good, and I just went into my Zen zone in my head, closed my eyes, excuse me, and just kind of went into sort of Reiki healing space actually on myself. And she said I was an amazing patient. She was like, this is really good, you know, you were so chilled, you were so calm by it, you know, it was really good. She managed to break it up into the pieces it needed to be broken up into. She managed to get all the roots out. There was infection in there. She said there was a deep-rooted infection, which is why I've had to keep having antibiotics because it's not cleared it up properly. So they sucked all of that out, and she was like, really, really good. And I was like, wow, okay, that's great. So we were just talking through. I'd sat up and I was just got the pack thing to stop the bleeding, and we were just about to start talking about other stuff. It was a good like 5 minutes probably after the whole thing, and all of a sudden I just came over really weird. Started to feel quite sick, and I felt like my bowels were going to go. And then I was like, I feel faint. So she laid me back down. They gave me a glucose, like a glucose tablet to take to crumble up, like a Lucozade tablet. So I had that, closed my eyes, just kind of like breathed. They put the aircon on top of me. I was like sweating, and I'd gone a really funny colour. So I think it was like partly shock and stuff kicked in. Like I felt fine in my brain. I was like, yeah, this was a breeze, this was fine. But like my body was just like, whoa, what the hell have you just done? And it wasn't having any of it. And even though in my brain I was like, I don't understand what the issue is, my body just was very unhappy with the entire situation. And yeah, I felt rubbish. So I'd got one woman either side of me wafting me with their what they called clipboards. I'd got cold cloths across my face. I'd got the aircon coming down on me. I was legs up, tilted slightly back to get the blood flow to my head, and I was just like, oh, I don't feel good, I don't feel good. And I said, I feel like my bowels are going to go. And she was like, I don't think this is safe for you to go to the toilet. I was like, I don't think it's safe for me to go to the toilet because I can't get up. So I just had to focus on it, like the bowels, keeping them under control. My whole chest started to feel tight. It was a horrible feeling. I was having like hot flushes, like I was burning up. Anyway, after about 10 minutes, bless them, of them wafting me, and they gave me 2 glucose shots. Well, you know, not shots, but 2 shots of glucose, like these tablet form things. And lots of cool air and several cold compresses on me. I managed to start making a few jokes. I said I was starting to feel a bit better. The shakes came. After all of that, I started shaking a lot. And this is like, that's what makes me think like my body went into shock without me physically realizing. Like, as far as I was concerned, there wasn't a physical reason for me to do that. But there's trauma, you know. She said your body has just experienced trauma because that was traumatic. You know, she's had to gouge 3 roots out. She's had to, you know, do something quite traumatic to my mouth. And so my body has responded in that way, even though my brain's like, this is fine. So yeah, that wasn't very pleasant. And she said, you know, just, she doesn't want me doing anything strenuous today because I could get this could start bleeding heavily if I do that. And also I'm not allowed to wash my mouth out with anything before 6 o'clock tonight, but I can drink and what have you. Eat on that side, that kind of thing. And I've got to use saltwater rinses for the next week. And they're going to call me tomorrow and see how I'm doing. I mean, I'll be at work tomorrow, and I'm allowed ibuprofen and paracetamol if I start to have a lot of pain. The numbness is pretty much gone, and it's not overly painful. I can start to feel it, but you know, she said it will have swelling and it will be a bit painful, so to have those on standby. But of course, by the time I was out of there, they did walk me to the toilet after I was able to stand without collapsing or fainting. And then they walked me back to the waiting room where Lee was sat waiting for me. And, you know, I was very shaky and tearful. And I was like, I don't know why I feel like this. I'm all right. So, but we had to do little because we needed some food. So we did stop at Lidl, and I tentatively walked around Lidl picking stuff up off the shelves. I think I managed to get everything. My brain doesn't feel completely connected, because I did, you know, like just even things like trying to remember my PIN number for to pay for the treatment was yeah, tricky. So anyway, there's been very little from me today in the way of filming, because I came back here, put the shopping away with Lee, and I've curled up next to him on the bed. He's gone to get Kenzie from school, and when he comes back I will be curling up and snoozing a bit more. So there you go. The person that's always on the go takes surgery to make me stop and to make me still.